Great God day to you all, and welcome to a brand new series. Looks like our hook just popped back into the screen, but that's okay. This series is an ode to one of the greatest movies I've ever seen and one of the greatest books I have ever read, and it's called The Peaceful Warrior. Movie-wise. Book-wise, it's The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. Book's a true story written back in 1980. This guy was way ahead of his time. But this series is an ode to that. This first video is called The Two Dogs. The Two Dogs. It's going to be a great story. And the lesson here, we're not going to start with a quote. We're going to just come right out of the gates with kind of a lesson that lives within this story. And the lesson is, it's a very liberating statement. The people in your life who are the hardest to love, they are the ones that need it the most. The people in your life who are the hardest to love, they are the ones that need it the most. Now, when you heard that statement, did you jump to a bunch of external people, which is perfectly fine? Or did you begin to think about yourself? Are you the hardest one to love in your life? But the story I want to represent this with here is called The Two Dogs. I love my life. I have created meaning from the suffering in my life, still working through some of it. But one of the questions that has always been on my mind is, what would my life have looked like had there not been any of that suffering? So in 2011, our family adopted little Chi-Chi, the Chihuahua, from the Little Dog Rescue of Central Florida. The very first time when we were going to meet her, I raised my hand to pet her. She cowered and had an accident on herself. Now, we rescued her anyways, but what we came to find out that day was that Chi-Chi, in the first year of her life, had been badly abused by a mom, a dad, and even two little kids had abused her. So if you raised your hand to pet her, she thought you were raising it to hit her. Now, for the first several months of Chi-Chi being a part of our family, she was completely unable to reciprocate any of the love that we were showing her. Now, her rescue mom, Susan, had told us the one rule for adopting her was all you can do is give love. And we did it. And now Chi-Chi has been a part of our family for over a decade. And all we've done is give her love. She has become very loving in her own right. I mean, she's a real joy. But she still has a lot of the neuroses from that first year of her life. Like, she'll flinch sometimes. Sometimes she thinks you're going to take her. And she's, you know, I don't know how to politely say it. She's a very neurotic little dog, but she's awesome. We love her. She loves to be held now, but she's still very reactive, and she's still very, very, very neurotic. Big time. Now, what does this mean for you and I? Well, 7.5 out of 10 people have experienced loss, trauma, or betrayal in a primary relationship. And if we haven't healed from it, if we haven't created meaning from it, sometimes that results in some of our own neuroses. And some of those neuroses that we have are quite annoying to a bunch of other people who have their own neuroses. And then things go sideways from there. Once again, when we're dealing with someone who potentially we allow to annoy us, we've got to remember the hardest ones to love are the ones that need it the most. We were able to heal Chi-Chi in large part because we towed the line and only giving her love. But she still got those hang-ups. Now, in mid-April, we got a brand new puppy named Max. He's a Shih Tzu. He's actually running around here somewhere right now. You've seen him in some of the previous videos now. From day one, all we've shown Max is love. If he's made a mistake, had an accident, chewed on the wrong thing, all we showed him was love. That's it. All he's ever experienced is love. Now, we love both these dogs equally. But with Max, he never wants to leave your side. He only shows love in return. He loves everyone that comes to the door, even complete strangers. And he's just love, love, love. And he is the happiest little guy ever. Never wants to leave your side. I'm a Christian person. I love God. I've left God's side many, 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 many times. Got myself into some pretty good trouble leaving his side. I don't want to play the victim here, but certainly a lot of the reason for leaving him was growing up and not trusting. And it doesn't work. I share the two stories to share what are the two results of life. Chi-Chi, trauma. She's still very neurotic. We love her. Max, day one, he's only seen love. And he's just a complete pure joy. All the time. No neuroses. Now, you're watching this video. It's probably too late for you and you've had some stuff happen to you. And probably all of the people that you surround yourselves have had things happen to them. But as an ode to the peaceful warrior, the true warriors in this world, they're not the people doing CrossFit or doing, flipping truck tires. The true warriors in this world, they know that nothing is more important than love. Love is the grand prize. Love is the highest. And thus, that's all they work on every day. So that we can have more Maxes in the world that are spreading tons and tons of love, but all the while never forgetting the Chi-Chis of the world that need that love to heal. So I want to challenge you. This is your call to action. Every time you have an interaction, you have a choice to make. The choice is either you can contribute to the healing of the person you're interacting with by showing them massive amounts of love, or you can contribute to the hurt of that person by not showing them love. But I can tell you, it'll never matter who is in political office in this country until the majority of the people are waking up every day and saying, I'm going to contribute to the healing. Because all of the problems that really exist in this world, in most part, they stem from broken families, they stem from broken cultures, they stem from greed, and they stem from childhood traumas that never got resolved. In life, we either transform our pain, to quote Richard Rohr, or we will transmit the pain. The warrior knows love is the grand prize. It's much better than a new car. We'll see you next week.
Anita Moorjani once said, because I never loved myself, I never let myself be who I am. My only purpose is to be myself, nothing more. And that is so true. Please hit like, subscribe, and share.